much. How are you guys doing? Hello. It's so great to be here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so excited. I know you're confused, though, right off the top. You see a female comedian walk out on stage with a guitar, you're like, look at the lesbian, right? I'm not a lesbian. I knew at an early age I could never be one because I was so terrible at softball. That, and I really don't like the taste of a tuna fish sandwich, so. You can always be gay until it's your turn, right? I'm not gay. I'm married. I've been with my husband for 14 years now, which is a long time. Ladies, when you've been with a guy for that long, you like to get hit on, right? Right? Makes you feel good, like you still have game or something, right? But I have to be honest with you, though. I don't much like getting hit on by black guys. And don't get me wrong, I fully appreciate the offer. It just makes me feel so fat. That joke. That totally happened to me one time when I was pregnant. A black guy came up from behind me and he said, "Hello, luscious." And when I turned around, he saw my pregnant belly. He's like, "I'm so sorry, ma'am." I was like, "No, it's awesome. I got junk in the trunk." So, bring it on. I love it, though, because that's a total stereotype, right? A black guy with a fat white woman, right? I love stereotypes. Like if you see a dog pee on a fire hydrant, it makes me happy. Or a couple weeks ago, I went to Palm Springs. I saw some lesbians eating fish tacos. I was like, oh, that's so cute. I saw some kids in the playground digging for China. I was like, look at that. Little Asian kids. It was so cute. But I realized recently that I am a stereotype. Like, I'm a total stereotype. Like, I live in Los Angeles. I've been there for about 10 years. I'm not from there originally. I'm originally from Canada and Texas. So, howdy, A. Right. But I've lived in LA so long that I feel like it becomes stereotypical, like LA. You're like, oh my God, I'm so LA. Like, just recently I had liposuction. I had lipo, but that's what they called it at Planned Parenthood. So. Relax, it was just a few ounces. It wasn't a big deal. But I love stereotypes so much that I wrote a song. So I always feel like this helps bring together a room as a group by pointing out our differences. So there you go. This is a special song about how stereotypes aren't true. Except in Asia, Asians are bad drivers too. So I know there's some Asians here, right? Yeah. Oh, hi, Asian. That's great. You're not hiding, right? You're like, I'm not Asian. Don't talk to me. It's great. You know Asians can't drive worth anything, right? Yeah, it's okay. Y'all can build cars. You just can't drive. Thanks for coming out. And be careful driving home, because you should be careful if you're Mexican. You don't want to laugh too hard, because when she hits you, you're screwed, okay? You don't have insurance. I'm so glad you're here, though. This is awesome. I need your help so bad after the show. I'll be outside. My nails are messed up. Look at this. So bad. Not all fat people sit around and eat. But to get fat, you have to sit around and eat a lot. Not all old people are pissed off and bitter. Some have Alzheimer's and forgot. Not all gay men are Nelly Queens, but all Nelly Queens are gay. And all the Irish are drunks, 'cause some of them are in AA. Or here tonight. Not all French people are smelly, uncourageous jerks, 'cause some of them use perfume, as they should. And Jews don't do anything wrong. That's because I'm Jewish. Sorry, that's how the song goes. Any Jews in the house say challah? Oh, that wasn't bad. There's some of you. You're kind of quiet over here. You're like hiding like you're Anne Frank. Come on, where are you at? Challah. I That's good, though. You guys would have been easier if I was like, Jews, raise your hands. Where are you at, Jews? Come on. Where are you at? Oh, was it too soon? And all Indians own gas stations. Some of them own hotels, it's true. And all the black guys want to bang white chicks. Like to bang fat white chicks, too. Not all Arabs are terrorists, because some sell Slurpees, too. And it's not that bad having AIDS, as long as it's not you. That's my favorite one. Tell me, is it wrong to tell an AIDS patient to stay positive? I don't know. And not all Mexicans are drug dealers. If you want good drugs, go to Mexicans. Yes, you should. And not all white people can't dance, 'cause Michael Jackson could. I've got kids. I love my kids. I never wanted kids. I never liked kids. I still don't like other people's kids. Kids are like farts. You always kind of like your own, right? Like, look what I did. Isn't that awesome? It totally stinks, but that's mine. My son is out of his mind, okay? He came in the room the other day, and he was like, Mommy, I have a magic trick. I was like, oh, okay. And then he pulled his pants down and stuck his finger in his butt. He's 17. I was like... I'm kidding. He's 3. So he's like, Mommy, I have a magic trick. He pulled his pants down, stuck his finger in his butt, then he stuck it in his mouth. I was like, no, baby. It's the other way. Start here, go there. Now go kiss your daddy. When I was pregnant with my son, I didn't want to tell my daughter that we were about to have a little boy because you just don't know sometimes how things are going to work out. So I didn't tell her, but I had imagined at the time that it would be the most wonderful thing for her. And so I wrote a song actually from her perspective. So this is, if my little girl was here and could sing for you guys right now, this would be the song she would sing for you. So here you go. Oh, I want a little brother. I want one oh so bad. I've asked, I've begged, I've pleaded, and it makes me awful mad. Oh, they say that they're trying. Their excuses are so lame, 'cause mom's a lousy catcher, and dad has terrible aim. I'm counting on you, daddy, but I'm too young to lie. No, you can't get mommy pregnant when you put my brother in her eye. To have a little brother, it would be so very sweet. But I keep having nightmares that he's stuck inside the sheets. I keep checking mommy's tummy, but I think that she should know if they keep doing things the wrong way, her butt will start to grow. That was an anal joke. Yeah, okay, I'll just make sure you got it. To have a little brother, it would totally rock. But I think it's likely a baby could come out of daddy's sock. Ceramic sock, yeah. It's getting really stressful. It's taking its toll. Well, I think I know where I came from, and they're trying the wrong hole. Well, I'm counting on you, daddy, but I'm too young to lie. No, you can't get mommy pregnant when you put my brother in her hair, her throat, her backside, and her eye. To you make something that is actually like starting to function in the world, my daughter's starting to read. I can't believe that. That's so cool, right? I mean, it's just, I can't wait to read the books that I loved when I was a little girl with her. It's coming soon. I have two of my favorites. One, The Diary of Anne Frank, right? It's about the little Jewish girl hiding in the attic from the Nazis. It doesn't end well, but it's a great read. And then my other favorite one is called The Miracle Worker. It's about Helen Keller. Do you guys remember Helen Keller? Yeah. Helen Keller couldn't see, she couldn't hear, yet she was able to learn how to communicate. Two amazing women. And I got thinking about them, and I wrote this song. So this right here is a duet between Anne Frank and Helen Keller. Nazis are everywhere. Shut up, you deaf, dumb bitch. You guys are so awesome. What do you say we divide the room down the middle and do it as a round, right? Come on, right? Yeah. All of you guys on this side, you be Helen Keller, this side, Anne Frank, okay? You ready? That was beautiful. Oh my gosh, I know I'm so going to hell, but now you're coming with me, which makes it so much more fun, so. You probably can't believe I even have kids, right? I know, I promise you, I am not messing them up. They're so sweet and cute. You guys should totally meet them after the show. They're in the car, they're cute. So, my husband, not only is he a fat man, but he's also a big stoner, right? I know. Big guy, stoner, but he's never smoked weed in front of the kids, all right? And one time we walked past a reggae festival, and my daughter looked at me, and she's like, Mommy, it smells like Daddy over there. She told my mom one time, she was like, Grandma, don't open that closet. That's where Daddy's growing the Christmas tree. You have to be responsible when you have kids. I think the most irresponsible thing I ever did was to get pregnant in the first place. I got knocked up on mushrooms. I wasn't ready. That's the truth. But I'm not responsible. I got to be up in the morning early, get them off to school, 6 a.m. Sometimes I don't have time to get dressed. I'm still wearing my pajamas, right? I haven't brushed my teeth, going to school. It's the worst, because it's always on those days that the teacher wants to tell you everything going on in your kid's life, right? Oh my gosh, and I realized the other day that that sweet woman who works with kids all day long gets cock breath blown in her face by every mother dropping off her kids. I live in West Hollywood, so it's the dads too. I mean, she's been an educator for over 20 years. I mean, at this point, she's like a cock breath aficionado, right? She's like, is that a black dick and a macchiato? You're like, why, yes, it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's crazy. Everyone I know, though, is like pregnant or going to have a baby, and it's just amazing how fast your life speeds up once you've done that, right? It's like been 6 years since I had my daughter. I feel like it was just yesterday when I had to go to the store and get that EPT test, you know, the emergency pregnancy test, and the coat hanger, 'cause I'm totally old school. Some of you got nervous on that. Relax, you can't get those coat hangers at the drugstore. You gotta go to the dry cleaners. It's a joke, okay? People get sensitive sometimes if there's a pregnant woman in the audience, right? Is there a pregnant woman here? Any Mexicans? Any Latinas in the audience? Come on, if you're here, you remember junior high. She's pointing, you guys were pointing at each other. She doesn't want to admit it, right? You don't want to admit it. You're like, F you, I'm drinking. It's okay, babies are totally cute when their eyes are far apart. Congratulations, that's very exciting. When are you due? Soon? Are you? How many months are you? That's an easier question. What's that? 4 months along? Oh, that's good. It's okay. You're so embarrassed. It's all right. You're not the first person to ever get knocked up. It's okay. You're gonna be all right. Is it your first pregnancy? Oh yeah, that's scary, right? Scared about it. It's gonna shred your pussy, right? I know. That's no fun. I know, it is scary. But pussy's resilient, right, ladies? That recovers, right? It does. It's your titties that get fucked. It's true. Those come out looking like Vietnam vets standing on the corner. Nipples going in 2 different directions with a 1,000-yard stare. They're coming to me from all directions, man. So funny. Are you planning on finding out what you're having, the gender of the baby? You don't want to find, oh, that's so annoying. Really? Oh, I want to wait till the end. Everybody wants to know. They're all going to touch your tummy and be like, is it a boy or a girl? It's fun finding out. That's the best part. For me, that was awesome. I was looking at my ultrasound, I was like, oh, that's a baby boy. Oh my God. It's the tiniest penis I've ever had in me. Well, because I've never fucked a Filipino, so. Here's a little bit of advice for you, okay? I made a huge mistake when I had my daughter, my first. Before I went in the hospital, I neglected my business. I know, I walked in the hospital going, look, it's 70s porn. Like, oh my God, I found the chupacabra. So before I had my son, I asked my husband if he would please shave it for me. And he did, but what he did, he messed up. He shaved the front, missed the back. I know, 6 weeks later, I had a mullet. It was horrible. My pussy looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter. But I wasn't actually planning to do this song, but I'm going to play something special just for you tonight. This is a little song for you. They're going to tell you in the hospital after you have the baby to do your exercises, and that's what this is. So I dedicate this to you, to a healthy pregnancy. So here you go. The kegel. That was the whole song right there. How many of you ladies were singing along? Be honest, you heard the word, right? You were like... I kind of felt the pressure in the room change a little. I was like... You gotta do them, girls, otherwise your song could sound like this. The queef song. So. Congratulations. I think it's very important when you have kids, before you have them actually, to practice. And I think the best way to practice is to have dogs first, right? Wouldn't you guys agree? Big difference, you can't leave your kids in the car, right? That's the big one, right? I've always been a dog person, and I love my dog. She's awesome. I've got an English bulldog. Yeah, do you guys know why they're called English bulldogs? Because they're fat and lazy and have messed up teeth. She's great. Her name is Hoochie Mama. She's adorable. I love her to death. She got her name because the dog we had before her was named Pimp. He's a boxer, or he was a boxer, I should say. He's not with us anymore. But he wore a collar that said, "That bitch better have my money." He's a player, man. He'd run off. I'd be like, "Pimp, come back." There'd be guys on the corner going, "Damn, that bitch needs some direction." Dogs can teach your kids so many important lessons. That's the neat thing about them. Like Pimp, right up until his last moment, was teaching them so many important things. Like on the last day, it was just so sad, but it gave me an opportunity. We had to put him down, and it was sad and all, but we looked at my kids right then, and I was like, "Do you see what can happen if you wet the bed?" But I love dogs so much that I had to write a song that had something about a dog in them, and so that's what this is. Here we go. Well, I was walking through the park one lovely summer day. Saw a poodle on a St. Bernard having it his way. Poodles are small. He's got to work hard to get on that St. Bernard, right? Dogs mount each other to show dominance when they play. I swear this is what I heard that poodle say. Well, I'd rather be the humper than the humpy. It's great to dominate, and this is true. Well, it's always good to be the dog on top, 'cause humping's always fun unless it's happening to you. Well, I went to the Vatican one Sunday. The Pope did preach, and his loyal flock to pray. Said it's better to give than to receive, that's the proper way. But later in confession, this was what I heard him say. You ready? Well, I'd rather be the molester than the molested. Oh. Are there some altar boys in here? Relax, it's fucking hysterical. It's true. This confession is offensive, but it's true. Yeah, sex abuse is always an evil, terrible thing, but it's much worse when it's happening to you. Who's your father? Who's your father? Who's your father? Okay, there's one more. Ready? Well, I went to Penn State. One Saturday, the coach did coach and his team did play. Said it's better to be a winner with a sinner, no scandal that way. But later in the locker room, this was what Sandusky did say. You show great potential as a receiver. That's a nice tight end. Hey, won't you hold these balls while I come across the middle? Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Ladies, when you're in a relationship, do you think you should ever admit when you're wrong? No? Yeah? Guys, do you think that women should admit when we're wrong? No. Yeah? I kind of agree with the guys, okay? Like, I've been with my husband for 14 years, and I think that at some point you realize, like, you should admit it. It's a hard thing to do, right? But one night I had a fight with my husband. It was the worst fight ever. I felt so sorry for him that I sat down and I wrote a song. So this song is from a man directed to his woman. It's just a broken-hearted love song called This Time. So here you go. I'm tired of all the arguing, seems to go nowhere. Getting to a place these days where I couldn't even care. Argue every point with me, no matter how small. So this time, If you're wrong, you can suck my dick. If you're right, you can suck my balls. I don't think I can take it. Seems to go nowhere. Getting to a place these days where I couldn't even care. You could say I've hit my limit, I've had enough of it. So this time, if you're wrong, I can come in your mouth. If you're right, just on your tits. You're in my head just yapping, will not go away. I can barely even listen to the points you need to say. Before you know we're in a fight, it really is the worst. So this time, if you're wrong, you can eat my asshole. If you're right, I'll wash it first. I play that song every night for my kids. They go right to sleep. Oh my gosh. I don't want to really do a song, though, that's just about couples fighting, because I see a lot of you are on dates tonight, right? I want to set a good mood for you. So I want to do a little love song for you guys. So if you're with that special somebody, I want you to look fondly and deeply in their eyes. Okay? And if you're not with somebody special, just find someone's eyes, look in them, and we'll get through it, okay? All right. See. We love each other, could make love all day. Hours spent necking, rolling in the hay. Our love runneth over, spills out of the cup. But will you still love me when my vagina dries up? I'll give you a second with that. I know it takes a minute to get used to that. We'll grow old together, our lives we can share. But one day we'll look down and both have gray pubic hair. You'll go bald, I'll lose my menses. But will you still bang me when your balls bang your knees? One day you'll look at me and you won't know who I am. I'll have a thick mustache and an ass like pressed ham. Your memory will fail you, my boobs will hang long. But will you still love me when the moisture's all gone? All dried up and gone. That's it. Thank you. I played that song one time in Florida, and after the show, this sweet old woman came up to me and suggested light mineral oil. Everyone has somebody who's a crazy person in their life, right? And like everybody knows a slutty person, right? You guys know one? Yeah, I have a slutty girlfriend, right? You guys are quiet. Is she with you tonight? Yeah, if she's with you, she doesn't know it's her. She's sitting with you right now like, I am not slutty. And you're thinking, yes, you are. You're a whore. If you don't think you have a slutty friend, that's because you're the slutty friend. I have a slutty girlfriend. I love her so much. She's great. But, I mean, she's cool. Like, she's the type of girl I can call up and be like, I just drove through a muddy hole and I thought of you. She's terrific. I love her. I'm not being mean when I say this. I'm just being truthful. My slutty girlfriend is not a beautiful woman, right? So, like, I mean, it's just the way it is. I'm not trying to be mean. Like, she's a fat Italian girl, so a lot of people call her the guinea pig. I mean, she's just not. She's just kind of. So, like, when she says things sometimes, you're like, I don't think she gets what other people perceive. Like, one time she's like, I give a great blowjob. I do. I give a really great blowjob. I was thinking, well, no shit. That's like the only way you're going to get a guy to stick his dick in your horse mouth, you ugly cunt, right? You got to feed her oats and apples with your hand out. Like, don't take off a finger. Tuck the thumb. I have a slutty guy friend, and I love him because he can teach me about things I don't know anything about because he's gay, right? So sometimes he says things to me, I'm like, really? I didn't know. Like, he told me one time that he's a size queen. I didn't know what that means. Does anyone know? No, I didn't either. Oh, you're nodding your head, sir. There's the slutty guy right there. You're like, I know. Right? You know, it means that he likes a big penis. I was like, oh my God, if I was a gay man, I'd be looking for the teeniest weenie I could find. My goodness, I've dropped a big deuce before. Never thought, well, gosh, I need to shove that back up in there over and over and over. Sorry if you're trying to eat something right now. It's kind of... But he brought home a guy one time he was really, really disappointed in. He was like, oh my God, it was so tiny. He was just bitching. And I felt sorry for him, so I wrote him a song. My boyfriend came to me. He had some big concerns about the size of his manhood. He needed to be reassured. Well, I told him he was perfect. I told him nothing was wrong, but that just wasn't enough for him. So I wrote this song. I love your long schlong. I love your long dong. It's almost the biggest hog I've ever had. I give some of you guys a second to catch up because that's it right there. Just almost. Get on board, right? I love your long schlong. I love your long ding dong. It's just slightly smaller than the black guy fought last summer. Got some black guys in here, right? Yeah. Anymore, I can't see all the way. But raise your dicks in there. Where are you at, black guys? Come on. Where are you at? Don't swing them around. We don't want anyone to get hurt, right? It'd be like from the window to the wall. Gosh, it'd be crazy if you swung your dick and hit somebody, right, sir? That'd be crazy, right? That'd be fun. I know. You'd love it. You'd love it, right? You could hit him like, oh, that skeet, 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 right there. You'd be like, go Obama. Like, yes, we can. It's the motion of the ocean, not the size of the ship, they say. A woman will take choppy seas over a tanker any day. No, it's not the size of the ship. Women just don't care unless you're in a dinghy at sea trying to get somewhere. Now, ladies, I know you know the words, right? You can sing along, yes. And gay men, too. Now, come on, everyone, let's do this. Ready? I love your long schlong. Well, that wasn't everyone. I love your long dong. There you go. Well, you're about the right size an average white boy should be. That hit too close to home for some of you? I love your long schlong. Your great big dong. Well, at least it works because you always come. Here's the remix. Schlong, 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 schlong. I played that song one time in Idaho, and there was an old white man in the audience who totally sang along. He was like, I love your love. I was like, that was great, Senator. It seems like every time if you're watching the news, you're always going to see some crazy like congressman or senator or whatever getting into trouble, right, doing scandalous stuff. Right? They're always like, and they always start out the same. It's always the same guys in the news, like, I don't condone gay marriage and homosexuality is a sin. I hate gay men. F you, if you're gay, you make me sick to my stomach. Make me want to barf all over myself, gay man. F you, I hate you. Make me sick. You're just so, oh, just so. And then they always do the same thing in the news after they've been caught a few days later, like, I prayed to Jesus and Jesus forgave me. Ladies, you know, you can pray to Jesus all you want. He is never going to take the taste of dick out of your mouth. Trust me, I've tried. I'm Jewish. It still doesn't work. I was just like, take it away. But I love those scandals so much, and there was a time when it was just one after another that, well, I wrote a song. There you go. He goes to work, wears his suit and tie after a few hours behind the desk. He feels he's gonna die. Watches the clock tick away. He's got an image to sustain. He'd be a huge embarrassment if they knew it was on his brain. He's a board member with a board member. He's the very person that he has to scorn. He's a board member with a board member. Oh, it just takes so much to get him excited anymore. Being a member of the board, it comes with certain status, but to get him going, he must use cock rings, butt plugs, strap-ons, bend-wong balls, huge vibrators, and other apparatus. If they caught him in drag, his associations would be lost. He'd be a huge embarrassment, and much like getting his salad tossed. What's he to do with his board member? He's a board member, a hypocrite in Congress with too much power. He's a board member, no longer be a board member if they knew he's into hot Carls and jelly donuts. The Cleveland steamer, oh, the rusty trombone. German porn, dirty Sanchez donkey punch, midgets, BJs in bathrooms, texting pages, and golden showers. He's a board member with a board member. I had to do a lot of research to get that song, as I didn't know what a lot of those things were. And I'll warn you, if you look online and you do any of those searches, you'll end up with a lot of new friends. As a big man, do you put powder on your balls? You do? I'm just wondering, do some of you guys do that? Put baby powder down there? Yeah? Yeah, I understand why you might want to do that, right? I get it. You don't want to get the bat wing where the nuts get stuck to the thighs. Oh, that's got to be horrible, walking around all day trying to kick that off. Like, I have to be honest with you, sir. I don't like that my husband puts baby powder down there because when I blow him, I feel like a pedophile. The truth is, though, like, ladies, you have to give your guy a blowjob, okay? You have to do it. It comes with, yeah, there you go. Happy guys. Guys love that, right? I'm a wingman. You gotta ladies, you gotta do it. I know you don't want to, it's not fun. It's a job, right? Comes with the job description. Nobody likes to go to work, but you gotta go to work, right? You gotta do it. There's always one woman, though, who's like, I love giving a blowjob. Fuck you, you're a dumb bitch. You're messing up the curve, okay? Knock that shit off. Nobody likes to get gagged repeatedly. Nobody likes that. Here's the thing, guys, though, all right? This is a rule. You don't realize, don't ask us to suck your nuts. Oh, well, you guys don't know. You're like, I don't understand that. What's wrong with my balls? My balls are, no, they're disgusting, all right? You guys don't know. You don't look at them. Women, we look at our business. We check it out, right? We make sure it's smiling down there, right, girls? Guys, you never take a mirror and look, do you? No, if you did, you'd be horrified. Oh my God, it looks like raw chicken. Black as burnt yams. I mean, just... There's no female equivalent of what we can ask you to do to us that comes anywhere near you. Like sucking on a ball. There's nothing on a woman's body. The closest thing I can come up with is my 95-year-old grandmother's arm flab, okay? So if you want to suck on that, then by all means. I'm kind of passionate about this topic, though. And, well, when I'm passionate about something, I write a song about it. You're perfect, you're built for me. Wonderful, it's true. You're the yin for my yang every time. You do just what you do. The perfect size and shape. Anything but small. Honest truth is I love your dick, but simply hate your balls. Well, they hang down way too low, all wrinkly and gray. I'm sorry, I totally didn't mean to lock eyes with you on that, sir. I'm so... Two retarded friends that your dick calls around that are always in the way. Well, you know I love your dick. With these balls I just can't win. They're rude and unappreciative when they smack me in my chin. Well, the right one hangs lower and the left one's bigger, honey. And no matter how much you wash and scrub, well, they always smell funny. Okay, guys, you know they smell bad too. I know you know. Because you test the oil. You go in and you're like... You don't do anything about it. You're just like, whatever. Well, sometimes you shave your sack, then your pubes grow in like nails. Then your balls, they smack my asshole like two medieval flails. Thank you, guys. I think it's very important to remember one thing. If I can leave you guys with one single most important thought, is that I don't think that there's any room for like any kind of hatred or discomfort in this world. Like being with a fat man, size, I'm Jewish, religion, race, color, anything. There's no reason for people to hate each other or be angry at each other because we're all exactly the same. It's fun to make fun, but we all come from the same place. There's no room for hatred. And that's why this is my favorite song of all. So here you go. I remember a simpler time with not so much to learn. So I want to be back in my father's sack when I was just a sperm. Yes, we are all the same. Not much more to say. So no matter your race or religion, we were all just mayonnaise. Nobody groaned. Sometimes, ooh. But you've all thought it, right? You've all looked and goes, this looks gross, right? And no one's eating a sandwich, right? Right? If you are, you just switch to mustard, right? Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. You can sing it with me, okay? Because we were all just mayonnaise. Well, that sucked. Where's your pride in your heritage? Let's try it again. Ready? Because we were all just, ready? Mayonnaise. There you go. Yes, we were all the same. That moment of conception was huge. So how can there be so much hate in this world when we were all just spooge? So look to the sperm sitting next to you and make the most of what life brings. Well, at least you're not your mother's egg left on a pad with wings. Yes, I was an unstoppable sperm on a mission not to fail. 23 chromosomes and a bitching tail. Swimming in two big hairy balls, longing to be free. Praying that my mother won't just swallow me. We are the world. Mayonnaise. 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 Or perhaps you prefer Miracle Whip.